If working hard made people rich, most people would already be wealthy. Think about it: construction workers, nurses, delivery drivers, factory employees. They work harder than almost anyone else. Long hours, physical exhaustion, mental stress, yet most of them live paycheck to paycheck. So here's the uncomfortable truth no one wants to say out loud. Hard work is not the problem, hard work without leverage is. We were taught a dangerous equation growing up: work harder equals earn more equals become successful. But that formula is outdated. It belonged to a different economy. An economy where effort was rewarded linearly. That world doesn't exist anymore. Today, working harder often just means you get more tired, not richer. Let's break down why. First, you're paid for time, not value. When you trade hours for money, your income has a ceiling. There are only 24 hours in a day. You can't scale time. Even if you work 12 hours instead of 8, you're still trapped inside the same system. More effort, same limitation. That's why most hardworking people stay stuck. They're efficient workers inside a broken model. Second, hard work makes you replaceable. This sounds counterintuitive, but listen carefully. The harder and more obedient you are inside a system, the easier it is to replace you. Why? Because systems don't reward effort. They reward outcomes. If your job can be done by someone else with similar effort, your leverage is zero. No leverage means no negotiation power. No negotiation power means stagnant income. That's not a motivation problem. That's a structural one. Third, hard work keeps you busy, not strategic. When you're exhausted, you don't think clearly. You don't plan, you don't analyze, you don't question the system, you just survive. Busyness is one of the most effective traps ever created. When you're constantly busy, you feel productive, but you're not necessarily progressing. Movement is not direction. And most people confuse the two. Fourth, the system rewards ownership, not effort. Employees work hard, owners collect leverage. An employee gets paid once per hour. An owner gets paid repeatedly for the same decision. That doesn't mean everyone should quit their job tomorrow. It means you must understand the rules of the game you're playing. If all your income depends on your presence, you don't have freedom, you have a dependency. The wealthy don't work harder than you, they structure their work differently. They focus on skills that scale, decisions that compound, assets that pay repeatedly. Fifth, hard work delays learning the real skills. When you're stuck in survival mode, you optimize for safety, not growth. You don't learn sales, you don't learn negotiation, you don't learn leverage, systems, or distribution. You learn how to endure. Endurance is admirable, but it's not profitable. The highest paid people in the world are not the hardest workers, they are problem solvers, decision makers, risk managers, system builders. They think in decades, not weeks. Sixth, hard work is often used as an identity trap. People pride themselves on being hard workers, and that identity becomes dangerous. Because once your identity is tied to effort, you stop questioning efficiency. You feel guilty resting, you feel uncomfortable delegating. You feel threatened by automation, so you protect the struggle. Instead of escaping it, hard work becomes a badge of honor, instead of a tool. And tools are meant to be replaced when better ones exist. Seventh, hard work without direction compounds nothing. Compounding is the real secret. Money compounds, skills compound, networks compound. Reputation compounds, but only when effort is aligned. Working hard at the wrong thing just makes you better at staying poor. Progress isn't about intensity, it's about trajectory. 1 hour spent building a scalable skill is worth more than 10 hours of repetitive labor. Eighth, schools trained you to be efficient, not effective. You were taught to follow instructions, meet deadlines, avoid mistakes. Seek approval. None of these build leverage. They build compliance. Compliance creates good employees. Not financial freedom. The system needs hard workers, that's why it praises hard work, but rarely teaches ownership. Ninth, working hard delays discomfort, but multiplies regret. Short-term comfort feels safe. Long-term stagnation is expensive. Most people postpone learning uncomfortable skills like selling, taking responsibility, risk-taking, visibility, leadership. So they choose the comfort of hard work. But 10 years later, they're still in the same place, just older and more tired. Finally, the goal was never to work harder. The goal is to work smarter. But more importantly, to work with leverage. Leverage is one decision affecting many outcomes, one action producing repeated rewards, one skill opening multiple doors. Hard work is a tool, but when it's the only tool you have, it becomes the cage. So ask yourself this: if I stop working tomorrow, does my income stop too? If the answer is yes, then working harder won't save you. Only restructuring how you work will. The truth is simple but uncomfortable. Hard work keeps you poor when it's disconnected from leverage, ownership, and strategy. And once you see this, you can't unsee it, because effort alone was never the path out.